Hello YouTube and welcome to Groundworks. Today we are starting a new Transport Fever save, as I announced last week because, well, the old one came to an end. And we will be playing the USA campaign, but let's go a little bit to the settings of free game. I wanted to show you what I will be playing. I will be, of course, playing custom with some mods, but it won't be that many. Let's first check the mods. Mods, we have the BosWash corridor, which is the map that I will be using. It's a huge map, which is originally designed by a forum user of A. Kuzmin. I have no idea. I mean, it's a map of 4097 times 8193 with 75 cities like Boston, New York, Philadelphia, Washington DC, Baltimore, and others. I have no idea what it will do to my performance, but I'm willing to give it a go given the fact that I've kind of liked it and I have another map which I planned. Curved train station, it's an official mod from the makers of the game, so I thought it would be handy. Smoke density reduction, because I just thought the other normal ones are pitch black. Left-right cargo harbor that I was using in my Europe Delta save, because I think it's useful. Vegetation increase because it works well with the others, and the time progression 2 times slower for the start. I'm having it 2 times slower for the start because I still want to have a good age of steam, while when we get to a decent locomotives I will probably be enabling 4 times slower time progression so that we get a lot more to play in the golden age of steam, which all we know it has been a very fun era for the trains in the US. So without further ado, let's start. So, okay, we begin with our new map, and that's the Boston-Washington BosWash corridor. It's a huge map. Let me just show you a little bit the features. We have Washington DC, Charlottesville, Fredericksburg, Baltimore, Aberdeen, Wilmington, Philadelphia, Trenton, Princeton, Edison, New York, with accompanying Island, Waterbury, New Haven, New London, all the way up to the north, Boston in the north. And then if we look towards the west, we go over Charlestown, Ticonderoga, Hudson, to the Gloversville. So the map is not as wide as it is long, as you can see. It is a huge map with lots of industries, lots of everything, so I hope we will have a good time playing here. And to start, I wanted to actually go and start with actually providing some sort of cargo chain. Well, because I wanted my cities to grow, and the best case I have here is near Washington DC, where I could supply these farms. Where I have farm 2, I have Washington DC farm. I could be supplying them to Baltimore processing plant, with food being distributed to Baltimore and Washington DC. However, that being said, the best source of income is passengers. So I'm thinking, I'm doubting between these two and actually just passengers between those two cities. Note that we are limited in funding with the 2 million start, which is actually not a whole lot, and I believe those 2 millions are on a loan. Yes. So that means we will need to be very careful with our planning. So what I'm thinking is that we set up, let's say, I mean, the road vehicles shouldn't be costing a whole lot, so I think that it would be a good starting point. So we would have these 2 farms supplying the processing plant, which would be then supplying Baltimore and Washington DC. By the way, vehicles wise, this is completely an unmodded save because I really didn't want to have, issues with mods that I had in previous saves, and that impacted my enjoyment greatly. The map is huge, so I might have performance issues, but we'll see how it goes. Right, so let's see. Stations, and let's see. We have truck station. We only need a small one here. I mean, we don't need 2 lines here, so we will be putting one here. Enough to catch the farm. That one. And that one. So another truck station. Maybe we put it like here so we don't I want to put it so it looks kind of nice, you know. That's the second. Then we want to put a processing plant here, so here we might need a large truck station. I don't want to be hampering its growth, so might as well actually put it on the opposite side of the road. Maybe, possibly. I don't know if when it grows its size, if it grows really in size or just, you know, on the plot it was given. So we have 2 guys supplying this one and this one then supplying Baltimore. Now I know that for the food we're supposed to supply the commercial, as far as I know, with the food, yes. So we need a commercial stop somewhere, or we need a truck stop somewhere in the middle. And this section I would prefer to actually keep for the train stations. So rather than truck stop, when it comes to goods, it's supplying usually both commercial and industrial. So having something here along these lines wouldn't be too bad. Speaking about it, let me just see how would it look if I post it somewhere here. No. Here. Oh, that's an expensive build. What about here? Decent. And I'm guessing it might be also catching trains later on. Maybe. However, I want it to be as inexpensive as possible for the time being. So I'm thinking something like here, 1 building can be removed only. Hold on. Yeah, seems like only 1 building can be removed, so we take it here. Great. That will be supplying Baltimore and actually covering it pretty well. And then we have to take a look at the Washington DC. Sorry, so I'd also want something centrally. So centrally, 1 building, 3 buildings. Hold on, let me see if we can. The least we remove, the better. So 2 buildings and a very good coverage. This one is much pricier prospect to remove. So yeah, oh come on, 3, 4, 3, 4. Come on. It's always hard to find the good initial placement. No, what did I do? I put a bulldozer tool. No. Let's see if I place it here rather. I'd cover 2 buildings with great coverage. I'd say it's almost, it's worth it. Right. Okay, and that is our chain. To reduce the costs and actually have the best turnaround time, I plan to put my vehicle depot for, well, not for the trams, but for the vehicles, which I don't think it looks kind of really good because it's sort of too modern for my taste. I'm gonna put it here. And then next thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna create 2 lines. One would be line 1 and line 2. Whoa, guess what? Right, so the line 1 goes from this guy, Washington DC East. It goes to the Baltimore East, and then it goes to Baltimore Branch. Right? The second line goes from this closer farm, Washington DC Annex, to the Baltimore East, and then it goes to Washington DC Transfer. So let's just give them names. We will call this one Washington Food. You know, I think it's almost better to have them running point to point. Yeah. Okay, strike that. Washington DC Transfer. Right. You two are just supplying. So we will be calling Was Food. And this one is which one? Near or far? This one is near. Was Food near. Another is Was Food far. Right. So both of you will be supplying this. And then we have the third line, which I'm gonna build, which will be Baltimore East to here, to Baltimore Branch. So Washington, Baltimore East, 1, 2, 3. Okay, right. And you might as well be orange for easier viewing. So we'll have 2 supplying and 1 going out for now. And you one will be Baltimore Food Delivery. And then we will need also we'll also need the other food delivery. But okay, I digress. I think it's good enough that we have these 3. So let's buy some vehicles. Buy road vehicles, and at the moment we only think that we can is the horse wagon, of course. So we're gonna buy 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. They're supplying 1.5 or wait. Capacity for 4, so 4 by 4, that's 16. Set line, you're going on the Was Food far. And we're gonna start the time. So then we're gonna buy 3 that will be on the Was Food near. And then we'll buy another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe? 5, which will be going to the Baltimore Food Delivery. Right. So that's when it comes to delivering food. let's see the line manager. So we have these three guys. So Washington Food Far, when it comes to Baltimore East, you just unload at the Baltimore East and you come to the Terminal 1. Was Food Near, you come to the Terminal 1 as well, and you just, oh no, not here, hold on, automatic, Baltimore East, you come to Terminal 1. Terminal 1 will be, which terminal, I wonder? 1, 2, 3. So this should be Terminal 2, right? If I'm reading this map correctly. So food delivery, the drop-off should be done on Terminal 3. Okay, so drop-off is on Terminal 3, yes, and you will be dropping on Terminal 3, unload only. Right, so both of you are dropping on Terminal 3. That's right. You are going from Terminal 2 to Baltimore branch, good. And then I wanted another line which was supposed to go, and that one will take blue-ish, which would be going from Baltimore East all the way to Washington DC transfer. And from the Baltimore East you will be going, sunshine, from the terminal, okay, Terminal 1, Terminal 2, and these drop to Terminal 3. I think it's fine. I really like the fact that you can now select terminal. So this one will be Washington Food Delivery. And I need to buy vehicles. For these I think I'll need a bit more. Well, and you're going to Washington Food Delivery. Right, so where is my Washington Food Delivery? You guys start at Baltimore East and you're waiting for the full load any, and you're Baltimore East waiting for the full load any. Great. Vehicles, you will wait a maximum waiting time of, I don't know, let's say 10 minutes. And you shall also be waiting for a maximum time of a total 10 minutes. The reason why I'm having this because I don't want to have running costs while my cities are still developing. So you guys are supposed to be Baltimore Food Delivery. Great. And you guys are supposed to be line usage, yes. Okay, so let's, I guess we could say we could follow one of these. Let's follow this one. Ah, yes. The beautiful view of rural America back in those days. Nothing to see. Quite literally nothing to see. So what I'm hoping is that these cities will develop through the influx of food. Namely Baltimore and Washington. And when we're talking Washington DC, I could as well be developing some sort of transit system around. So let's see if we could build, for example, passenger services with a bunch of bus stops. So what we ultimately want to do is we would like some people to go around. I mean, for the most part, people will walk now, but connecting different areas of the city, we could probably afford to even have a losing service. Something along these lines. A 3-stopper. And I could build another road depot. I should have been building them near the towns, because otherwise it would take forever for it to come. However, by road vehicles, let's name the line. We'll take you as the red line, yes. And you will be going between these 3 stops, and then we'll see how it will behave. So we will call this Washington Commuter. And let's buy road vehicles, 2-horse carriages, set the line Washington Commuter. If for no other reason than for observing once they go around and for enjoying the sound once again of our beloved turkeys. Look at that. Washington, D.C. in 1850s, ladies and gentlemen. And we got the turkeys! Yay! Ain't that just grand? A lot of construction happening at the beginning of that industrial era, but you know, it still feels like the Old West, and that's the one thing I really love about this game. You see, Washington is a little bit bigger city. It has been, you know, developing. Yes, we hear them, and okay, will you stop here? That's supposed to be our stop. Yes, opening the door. Nobody's going around because nobody needs to go around yet. And it is to be perfectly expected, but yeah, we will live with it for the time being. Okay. No warnings, but I will disable the expense messages. They always, you know, disappoint me, so might as well. Beautiful feeling. I'm so excited, guys. Coming back to the Old West at the time of its boom. So yes, I'm really hoping that I will be able to, you know, I'm playing on a medium difficulty for this huge map. I'm a little bit, you know, concerned, but still, I mean, it's quite a big map, lots of cities, lots of industries to connect, and rather than passengers, I have selected to go with cargo. So yeah, I'm risking it a little bit, but you know, things should start to develop, hopefully. That's a beautiful sight, and the tree comes and breaks the immersion. Alright, so I'm wondering if I should be thinking about a little bit of rail service. Well, we have the passengers area here, and now they should be all connected. But they're going from here to Baltimore, and in Baltimore they are wonderfully grouped. So let's just pause things for a second. Well, we don't need to pause things, of course. We do want our carriages to be running along merrily on their merry way. And what's their top speed? 10 kilometers an hour or what? So you are going back, yes. I'm hoping that one of them should start producing, and yeah, we already have some cows and grain waiting, which is good thing. So the question is, should I double down on it, or or I should be thinking about connecting these two. How much does a... I mean, I know track is cheap. How much does a rail station cost? Assuming we build train station, what would we be connecting? First things first. Most of the area, which I guess it's fine, 220. Train collision, alignment collision, number of tracks 1. Well, we only need 1 for the time being. $208,000, and how much for a station here in Washington DC? Do I have more cities that I want to connect to Washington at this point? No, not really. So I could be cranking the station either here, somewhere here, like 90, in which case I'm connecting a good portion of its population, or here, narrow angle. What if I connect it here? It's worse coverage. This one is actually quite good. However, these are the higher valued, so train station over here might not be such a bad idea either. Yeah, it's hard to tell. So, and what's the cost of a train? I guess it would be pricey, so I don't know, I'm not sold yet on the whole thing. However, they have here passenger terminals, and I'm thinking if I do the same thing, hold on, if I do the same thing for Baltimore, should not they medium street, 2-lane street? Oh, this is ugly. How about this? Ooh, pricey. Come on, small street. Jeez. Is this stuck to a hill or something? Oh, yes it is. Well, forget about then. Never mind. Let's do it something like this. Yes. And then I would want to build bus stations as well here. I don't care, I mean, I just want to connect the industrial zone with the commercial zone with the residential zone. And then we built a line which we will be calling, this one needs a different color, let's put yellow. So Cherry Street, Chestnut Street, Sycamore Street. Alright, and that one will be called Ball Commuter. Yes. So in which case I want them to have 2 of these. Baltimore commuter, yes. And I do want to have like 1 or 2 carriages that are going between the 2 cities. That was kind of my main argument for building these 2 roads, because currently I don't have the cash yet to build anything bigger. So I'm gonna take you going from 3rd Street going to Chestnut Street, and you shall be brownish line, and you will be called Baltimore to, or Washington to Baltimore to Baltimore Road. And I will construct at least 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So you should be connecting these two cities. And hopefully by the time we start seeing some cash coming out of it, well, we should be able to, you know. So see, we already got one commuter, so I'm hoping we'll start turning in profit. Come on. Tell me that you who are going. Yes, you have 4 cows. Awesome. So we already have things waiting here. What about here? Equally. Beautiful. Which only means we need to up the supply carts. And then will this one be using the line, starting the production, and all that jazz. Let's follow this one. It appears to have a full cart, yes. We might be engaging the turbos a little bit. See, some cash coming in already. Oh, and I love how these horses trot. Okay, so they're bound to be starting on making us some cash, which will also help to grow the cities, you know. And that's kind of the whole point. Because, I mean, we're playing at medium difficulty. I don't want this amount of, you know, things and processing and stuff to take forever, so... I mean, the horse cart was the backbone of the American economy for a long time. Especially because rail couldn't have been built everywhere, so yes. So you guys, you've got some production going. Nice. Right, so... Oh, and we have the local buses going up and about, which I think is great. You know, I'm almost tempted to get into the rail, but I really want to see which of those will be netting some profit. So let's look at the lines. All of us are making a loss, but they are being... Which one is the biggest one? The food far, that's the longest commuting, and Washington to Bolton Road. Okay, well, you know, frequencies I would say are still decent. So, oh, Washington to Baltimore Road, 9 already? Wow. Holy moly. So there is a need from Washington to go to Baltimore from here. 551k. Well, what the hell am I waiting for then? If there is a need to go there, then we might be... Oh, and this is a pricey endeavor. Lowering the terrain a little bit, eh? Here. Softening up the ground. Yes, look how it expends my cash. It expends my cash like nothing. Whew! That chewed a healthy amount of my money. Beautiful. Well, I am thinking I will need to speak to the bank. So let's pause, see how much I can actually borrow. Oh, plenty. Good. Then I build a rail line. Screw it. There is no point. Right, and we want to connect the passengers this time. So we build one rail station here, ish. One track, one station. Hold on, come in closer, child. I really want to see what I'm doing. Which, too much curvature, what curvature? Something like that. Where are the future cities? Aberdeen is over there, so yeah, it's a good alignment. I want to be placing it. Does it matter if I place it further or not? Shouldn't. Shouldn't by a great deal. Okay, great. Then I place it like this. And when it comes to... I would almost love to somehow connect these two roads. Medium street. What if I try to drag something like this? It's not too pricey. Yeah, it's west, so we'll keep it like this and we'll connect it like this. Because why not? Which means we could be putting the train station on this side, which is a little bit unfortunate. I would almost want it on this side. Yes, I want it on this side. That means that I need to connect these two streets. Hold on. This one. I need to connect it without destroying this house, hopefully. Okay, and connect it here. Right, and then connect it here. So how about we upgrade you, sunshine? Here. Yes. Great. And then what I want to do is I would like to build a freaking station here, if you don't mind terribly. And that covers exactly nobody. Oh boy, oh boy. What about if I build it here-ish? Should I build a bigger one? 240. Would that one cover more? No, it doesn't. That's the problem that I'm seeing. Okay, how about... We can always make an additional stop here and... I am seriously considering making a small street here. Not 3 buildings, 2 buildings. Come on, you can do one. Can you do one? Okay, and then plopping a train station here. And I'm gonna put the 161 because there is no point at the time being. And yes, I know I'm not planning for the future. Right. So I think we will need to make a little bit of concessions here and maybe not necessarily there. And let's build some track. Right, something like that. And then trotting along onwards. Yeah, I'm done with that. back then the track was pretty simple and no big differences done. Why is construction not possible? Don't you tell me that the construction is not possible. Construction flipping is possible. So yeah, it's coming in the general area, and then just let's put that a little bit down-ish, shall we? I'm pretty sure we can build it in smaller increments. Right, so there is our first track, which means we will be needing our first locomotive, and as it happens, I'm just gonna be connecting a depot somewhere here. Where's my rail buildings? Depot. Yeah. We put you here. And then we put our first rail line. Baltimore to Washington, D.C. And then we call this Wash Ball Rail. Then we'll see which one will be taking off. And we'll be putting this one in pink. Right? Then we want to be buying vehicles. So let's buy a Baldwin 6-wheeler. And for the time being, because of the running costs, I think I'm gonna be buying 1, 2, I'm gonna go with 3 because I want it to be paying off and stuff, so yeah. Let's assign it, and then we want to be returning the rest of the loan. No point in paying an unholy amount of interest. Right? And then when we are finally in Washington, we also want to add an additional stop, road stop, bus tram stop here. Which we will be adding to our lines list, and that's the Washington commuter. After the Mill Street, you shall take, come on, so after the Mill Street you shall take the Washington DC Holt, then the 3rd Street and the rest. I'll almost build another station here-ish. So before, like this. Yes, this is the line that I want to have. Right. Okay, I think we have built enough for one episode. What I would really like is to follow our train. Ooh, it's inside. Yep. I'll just shut up now and let you enjoy the Baldwin 6-wheeler. And here we go, our first train leaving the station. Yeah. About me not yapping, well, couldn't resist. It's our first choo-choo, so let us follow it as it takes its merry way all the way up to Washington. And immediately, of course, it goes through the tunnel. Because we wanted to keep the construction costs low. Right. A little bump in the road. There we go, we already see Washington on the horizon and our profits are coming in, which is beautiful. I just hope that this what we have built will help a little bit to fuel our expansion, because we do want the money to be rolling in, so every time it goes it has to be making money. Right now this rail is a little bit of investment, because the thing is, I could have put a single wagon and then my costs would be lower, but the greatest cost here is the locomotive. So, and micromanaging it would really kill me. So I'm thinking, even if it generates a little bit of the loss, it's not the end of the world. So might as well, you know, just pony up the cash and let it be on the merry way. That being said, we have a double transportation system between the cities, so I'm almost thinking rather than taking the south route, I'll take the north, that will be transferring the passengers back and forth. So I'll actually select for the road another station just to see which one fares better. Look at that. Beautiful sight. Horse versus iron horse. It's not a whole lot of a track, but still it should be enough to, you know, keep the supply and keep the demand going, and I'm hoping that the cities will expand and everything will be hunky-dory. Passing the industrial area and moving towards the more residential houses, because residents are the one who wants to travel. So yes, I'm hoping that we will at least see one person at the platform. If I see one person, I'll be happy. And I think we might have a first passenger over there, unless my eyes deceive me. Oh no, we have more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ooh, 6 even. And more are coming, look at that. Ain't that wonderful? Let's see how many get on board. 5! Beautiful. Okay, that being said, I forgot we need 2 more things. So, you see, Washington to road is going from the 3rd Street, and that's impractical. Rather than going from the 3rd Street, I would have it going from here, 6th Street. So I'm gonna remove the 3rd Street, yeah. So it's gonna go like this. So it's covering a different area of the city. And we have the commuters going here, but we don't have the commuters going to our new and beautiful train station. So what I want to be doing, I want to create a small stop or station somewhere here, with only one building being removed, hopefully. Yes, I really hate the looks of this. Smoothitron, please, a little bit. Yes, I know it cost me, but I cannot bear watching it. See? Already much better. And I'm much poorer. Right, where is my Baltimore commuter? There it is. So, Sycamore Street, before, or after the Chestnut Street, you, Sunshine, go here. Baltimore Annex. Great. The whole idea is that you incorporate my train station in the whole shebang. And that should hopefully bring me an insurmountable amount of cash. Let's just follow this fella for a second. Oh, this is Washington to Bolton. Oh, Washington to Baltimore Road. No, I wanted just a regular bus. Yeah. Commuter. And look, it's already transferring 4 people. People have clearly seen the benefit of the transportation services that I provide and are going to new stops. Wonderful. Ultimately, what I'm hoping to catch is the moment that these 4 guys arrive at my train station. I hope to catch the train coming in. But that's only wishful thinking, because thinking something like that would be a very, very hard job. But you never know, one can always be quietly optimistic. Yes, moo, we have even cows, but the most important, we have turkeys. After all, yes, we all know how turkeys are important to the Americans, especially around Thanksgiving. Well, you know, what the hell, I'm European and I still like to eat turkey. So, yeah. Right, let's continue with our ride along. I am hoping that if we manage to catch the train, we will be wrapping up the today's episode. Let me know how much you like the map. I hope it will be fun for you, as it seems to be fun for me. I like it so far. I like the ones that are more scenic. Oh, look at that! This is a money shot and I haven't planned it. Oh boy. And we get the cha-ching just to know that we have... Oh, this is beautiful. This is excellent stuff. What a wonderful way to end the first episode. People unload as the Iron Horse continues to go onwards. Well, or they don't unload. Either way. Well guys, that's it for the first episode. Thank you very much for watching. Like if you like the episode. Let me know what you think of the map, of my mod selection. I'm really eager to hear your comments, and I'll see you all in the next episode next Monday. Thank you very much for watching. This is Groundforks signing off from Baltimore.